Hello and welcome to my channel. My hook size is 3.5 millimeter and I start and chain multiple at 7 plus 5. Make my slip knot and now I start to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I go with 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On row 1, I go with my hook in each chain and make a loop and keep that loop on my hook. I grab the end, pull through, I have the loop, so I keep that on my hook. Move to the next one, and to the next one. And I go like this. I have all 19 loops on my hook. Now I need to complete row 1. For that, I grab the yarn and I pull through the first loop. Now I grab the yarn and I pull through this loop and the next loop. Pull through that loop and the next one. And again that loop and the next one. And again. I do like this until I finish all my loops. And the last 2. For row 2, I lose this loop a little bit and then I go with the yarn like this. I go with my finger right there, where is the yarn. Now I go on this loop and I grab the yarn. Now I leave the yarn and grab the yarn and make a loop. Again I go with the yarn this way, go to the next loop, leave the yarn, go with this finger right there, grab the yarn and make a loop. Again. I have 5 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now between the 2 loops right here is a hole, so I yarn over, I go on that hole 1 time, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, yarn over, 4, in the same space 4 times. Again I go with the yarn like this on my hook. I skip this loop from where I make the 4 loops right there. I go to the next one and make a loop. That's 1. Now to the next one. 2, 3, 4 and 5, and again right here on that hole I go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again I go like this with my yarn, skip that one, I go on that loop and make my loops. 2, 3, 4, and on the last one go on that loop, and then I take the other one and make a loop. To complete the row 2, I grab the yarn and pull through the first loop. Now grab the yarn, pull to that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, and again that loop and the next one. And now I will pull through all the loops right here, so that one and the loops, and again that loop and the next one, the loop and the next one, and here pull through everything. Row 3, I go and make my loops in the same way. I have 2 of them, 3, 4, and 5. Now right here is this space, I yarn over and I go 4 times, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now I move on the other side. I go with my hook right there, 4 times, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again I go and make my loops. This time I don't skip nothing. On the row 2 I was skipping the loops right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again I go with my loops here and there, yarn over, go on that hole 1 time, 2, 3, and 4, move to the next one, go with my hook, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I go and make my loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I go on that loop and the loop from the back and make a loop. And to close the row, grab them, pull through 1, grab them, pull through that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one, and 1 more time. And now I pull through all the loops right there, and now all the loops right here. And grab them, pull through that loop and the next one, the loop and the next one, now pull through all the loops like this, and again the loops like this. then that loop and the next loop, that loop and the next one. Now I go and repeat row 2, so I make my loops. Five loops. Now I go right here in this hole, so yarn over, go right there 4 times. And I go and make my loops, 5 of them. And again I go right here, so first I yarn over and I go right there 4 times. And now I make my loops. And to close, I pull through 1 and now pull through that loop and the next loop, that loop and the next loop. Now pull through all the loops. And again pull through that loop and the next loop. Pull through all the loops. And now I go and repeat a row 3 and then a row 2, a row 3 and then row 2.